to Opportune TV, your premier destination for unlimited entertainment. Opportune Television, your TV, ask for more.
The more you watch, the more you love. Unlimited entertainment only on Opportune TV. Your TV, ask for more. The more you watch, the more you love. Unlimited entertainment only on Opportune TV. Your TV, ask for more. The more you watch, the more you love. Unlimited entertainment only on Opportune TV. Your TV, ask for more. The more you watch, the more you love. Unlimited entertainment only on Opportune TV. Your TV, ask for more. The more you watch, the more you love. Unlimited entertainment only on Opportune TV. Your TV, ask for more. The more you watch, the more you love. Unlimited entertainment only on Opportune TV. Your TV, ask for more. The more you watch, the more you love. Unlimited entertainment only on Opportune TV. Your TV, ask for more. The more you watch, the more you love. Unlimited entertainment only on Opportune TV. Your TV, ask for more.
Yes, it's that time again. It's the brink of the day, the brink of your morning, the brink of your time. And we are not forgetting that today is a Utah season. Okay, you might be surprised of seeing somebody who had a dark skin, but don't worry, I'm your guy. Eid Mubarak to everybody. Eid Mubarak to my Muslim brothers. Eid Mubarak to my Muslim sisters, to the Mumin and the Muminat. It's a very wonderful Yuletide season today, and it's also a double celebration. Today also the world is marking World Children's Day. World Children's Day. Please take your kids out. Take your family out. As you're going out, don't worry. The presidents have assured that there will be no hitch in security, because there have been a lot of deployed personnel to guide your day. And they've also given you, they've slashed out your train transports, and the train tracks are also free. Don't forget that it's a Utah season. We love you and we love the viewers, and we also love everybody looking at us from the comfort of your home. It's Opportune Television, and it is Early Starters. On this note, I say welcome. And the guy before you is none other than Michael Armstrong. Yes, it is that time of the day where we'll wrap you into information and infotainment, information and entertainment, giving you the bite and the brink of light. Anything you do, I want you to know that you should marry with those that marry and mourn with those that mourn. It is a golden rule that's been on earth before many humans know what is called a name. So that's the golden rule. Anywhere you go, just be conscious of yourself. Those that marry, you can marry with them. It's the Yuletide season. You don't need any validation to be successful. You don't need any validation to express yourself. You can express yourself. You don't need to impress anybody. If you don't have a ram, please kill chicken. Okay, let's not use the word kill. Let's use the word use chicken. You know, there's chicken. You can also use pomo. Yeah, you can use pomo. Nobody should determine the way you live your life. And nobody should determine, and forget about the economy. Forget about the economy. Your belief should be bigger than your economy. Anywhere you are on earth. The economy was created by men, and men are not very perfect beings. But we're all working towards perfection. It's Early Starters, and you know how we do it in Early Starters. We are starting with the dailies. And the dailies today is not different from what you hear, things that have been happening in Nigeria. There are things that have been going on in Nigeria and some African countries around the globe that will bring to your fore. Just sit back, relax, call friends and family, and get ready to do that thing you do well. Listen, and you can comment, and we'll also give you a time and a section for calling. It is Michael Armstrong, and it is your show, it is my show, it is Early Starters, the ultimate show. Now I want to go to the dailies. Now what I have before me here is something unique, is something interesting in the dailies. We have a big picture on the front burner. Today is going to be soft and light. Trust me, it's a Wednesday. It's going to be soft and light. We have, on the front burner, we have pictures of His Royal Highness and some other people which I will bring to your attention. But we are going to the top window stories. The top window stories, we start with credit to government surges 65.6% to 39.6 trillion on the Vanguard. You can see that on the page 19 of the Vanguard. Abductions, we are talking about abduction now. We say CDS deploys troops, drones to track Oyo kidnappers. You can see that on the page 33 of the Vanguard newspaper. Still, on the top window stories, we have resident protest alleged cult killings in Warri. You see that on the page 7 of the Vanguard newspaper. Now, going close to the front burner, the front burner is having stories on the primaries. It's a controversial trial, ADC primaries. Court clears Jonathan. You see that on the page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper. Now, on the punchline, there are some punchlines there. You hear Amechi Hayatuddin kick. Atiku awaits affirmation. Court dismisses suit against Jonathan with 21 million cost. Tinubu, Jonathan, Atiku, Obi, 4-horse race looms. Duke, Showore, Honor, others emerge as standard barriers. It's getting more interested in Nigeria. Nigeria is a country of a potpourri of dramas. Dramas are always happening, and the people know the players. Now, on the right wing window stories, we have your timetable must comply with statutory time frame. Court tells INEC. You can see that on the page 9 of the Vanguard newspaper. The NDC to introduce electronic voting for future primaries. You can see that on the page 9 of the Vanguard newspaper. Eid al-Kabir celebration. We have dark days over. Light is here. Tinubu assures Nigerians. The president is prophesying, telling Nigerians that dark days are over. It's just like telling you the storm is over. So, and on the punchline we see as Okpabio, Abbas, governors, Iwada call for sacrifice, unity, and national renewal. You see that on the page 8 of the Vanguard newspaper. Resign if you can't secure Nigerians, Adebayo tells Tinubu. You see that on the page 31 of the Vanguard newspaper. We have Middle East war. This one is talking about the foreign stories. U.S. targets Iran's missile sites, mines, laying vessels in new attack. You see that on the page 8 of the Vanguard newspaper. Africa secure $498.8 million Ebola response pledge. You see that on the page 8 of the Vanguard newspaper. Ebola has been rocking the DR Congo for some time, and they've been crying for help. That is why you're seeing this on your screen. Now you have the columnists at the final bottom of the dailies of the Vanguard newspaper. Then we also have the Mr. and Mrs. saying, back in single days, when I said I would take you to the moon, did you believe me? That is a cruder for a lot of people to look at. Now on the front burner, I'm going to start with from the left to the right on the front burner. We have the picture from the left. We have Pere of Baramatu Kingdom, His Royal Highness King Williams Ogoba Oboro Graham II, and the Prime Minister of Grenada. The Prime Minister of Grenada, which is Dixon Mitchell, then the founder Esther Matthew Tologan Foundation. Esther Matthew Tologan Foundation. Then we also have Dr. Esther Tologa and the Nigerian ambassador to Trinidad and Tobago, Ambassador Jerry Samuel Monwe, during the African Liberation Day with the theme Africa Rooted, Diaspora Rising, and Identity Reclaiming, held in Grenada. Now they had something last year called the Samoa Agreement. The West Indies, known as the islands, are trying to relate with Africa more because they know they have a lot of resources in Africa, and they are relying on Africa, and mostly Nigerians, to help them, because we have interracial and intercultural semblances, to help them, revive those things and also improve their economy. Nigeria is working. I heard somebody saying on the background, Nigeria is working. Now we're going to the second story. The second story is nothing less than a wonderful introduction and also some memes for Nigerians. We're looking at the Punch newspaper. We're also going to start on the top terrace. We start on the top terrace talking about court orders INEC to adjust 2027 poll timetable. You see that on the page 29 of the newspaper. Okay, this other story about Salah. You see that on the page 28, Salah and security, just as we read in the previous newspaper. We also have the abduction. Yes, we read that in the previous newspaper. They are strategizing to catch those people. Now, the man on the CDS is called Oluyede. Oluyede is also preparing himself. So now we also have on the front burner, we have ADC primary in turmoil as Amechi rejects Atiku win. You see that on page 2 on the Punch newspaper. Then on the Punchline, we have Atiku wins over 20 states. Ex-Rivers governor alleges results concocted. Another Punchline says, I am concerned by the widespread vote rigging. Hayatuddin boycotts process. Then we also see on one of the other Punchline, we see seek redress through party mechanism. LDC tells aggrieved presidential aspirant. He said you should seek redress through party mechanism. That means your mechanism, you should work more on your mechanism. We also have on the right window story, we have more governor candidates emerge under the PDP and the ADC. You can get more of those stories on the page 29 of the Punch newspaper. Oil prices jumped amid renewed US-Iran tension. That's the Strait of Hormuz is not yet open, and you can get more of those stories on the page 9. The Punch news. Jonathan cleared for 2027 as PDP Hill candidate. That's also on the page 29. We have ex-Power Minister Maman begins 75-year jail term in Kuje prison. Is this justice or is this victimization? That is for you to answer. But what we see here is what we're telling you. 75 years jail term in Kuje. You see that on the page 28 of the Punch newspaper. Federal government cuts train fares for 50% for Eid celebration. So get your bags ready and go and enjoy yourself. Nigeria is a safe country. You see that on the page 26 for more information to know the train track not very far from your location. Now on the front burner, we're seeing handshake and hairstyle. From left to right, we see the managing director, chief executive officer of Wema Bank, Moruf Hosseini, and one day managing director, CEO, Wema Bank, 2026, Chiamanda Diamond is celebrating with the CEO of Wema Bank on Ozokpata during the Wema Bank one-day MD handover ceremony in Lagos. That happened just recently. You can see more pictures and enjoy yourself more on that on the Punch newspaper. Now we're done with the Punch newspaper. We are going to the next segment. Just like I tell you, you are going to enjoy your day and you'll also get to enjoy the days. Still on LSTADS, we're talking about the dailies and bringing more information to you on what on the day. We are changing the paper to the new Guardian paper for today. We're taking stories from the Guardian newspaper. Just like I told you, it's going to be fun, it's going to be entertaining. Just sit down, relax, and enjoy your Eid festival. Now we have on the front burner, you see, just like we read in the previous paper, we'll see what Mr. Hosseini, the MD of Wema Bank, on his one-day Wema Bank challenge and the one-day Wema Bank retreat that giving that, and we see Chimamanda celebrating with one of the front burner, and we also see the picture of in Trinidad and Tobago and our own Nigerian going there to celebrate with them. People are surprised that they are black. Yes, they speak Spanish and some other languages. They still want to maintain their root and reconnect themselves with Africa. Those, we've spoken about those ones before. I'm just trying to reiterate the pictures you're seeing on your screen. Then, on the top corner, on the top surface windows, we are seeing Malabu sues federal government over OPL 245. Demands 1 trillion compensation. You see that on the page 3 of the conscience nurtured by truth, which is known as the Guardian newspaper. We also see Eid celebration as the presidency and the president assures you of safety. You see that on the page 3. You also see credit to private sector drops by 15% amid rising political risk. You can see that on the business dailies on The Guardian, the portion talking about business on the page 19 of the Guardian newspaper. Then we've told you about the military. The recent kills 317 terrorists as Borno closes school over abduction of 42 students. Military kills 317 terrorists as Borno closes school over adoption of 42 students. That you see there on the news page 27. We are reading the left window stories. You say healthy diet cost double since fuel subsidy removal hits 1,541. That's also on the business page, on the page 19th of the Guardian newspaper. Indigenous oil firms, refineries evade Niger Delta clean funding. We see that on the news page 7 of the Guardian newspaper. INEC down political parties membership figures. That's on the page 4. And now we're seeing the face of INEC as they're staring at what is known as the Court of Appeal to change what the NBA, Nigeria Bar Association, has said they should fix a new timeline and stop people from staying in a place they don't want to stay. But the INEC is arguing with such decision. Then the EFCC have also transferred the Maman to the Kuje prison. We've seen all that and we've read all that before. Then Benin, importers show Nigerian ports for Benin as charges hit 20 million. You'll see that on the news page 4 of the Guardian newspaper. And that is all for the Guardian newspaper. Then a quick one, we are going to This Day newspaper. We're going to This Day newspaper. Like to your information, we have Amechi Hayatu Dean, reject result from the ADC presidential primaries, decry process, articulate nationwide with wide margin, AAC picks Showore as consensus presidential candidate for 2027. That is would you say it's a boomer or something you're trying to do? We have two presidential hopefuls in African Democratic Congress, Chibuike Amechi and Mohammed Ayatollah, have rejected the outcome of the party, that's the presidential results, alleging foul play. That was the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar maintaining his stand. He said has a significant lead and the presidential primaries across the country. You see that it's continued on the page 30 of This Day newspaper. It says amend timetable, comply with Electoral Act. Another court orders INEC. So INEC is still looking at a way to change this, but the apex courts and the judiciary are still maintaining that INEC should follow suit. That after losing out, now I'm still reading the part of INEC to comply. Then the punchline here is, after losing out in APC primary, Pantami switches parties. Now PDP governorship candidate in Gombe. That one too is about. So Justice James Omotosho of the Federal High Court in Abuja has ordered the Independent National Electoral Commission to amend his revised timetable for the conduct of the 2027 general elections in compliance with the provision of the Electoral Act 2026. Omotosho issued the order on Tuesday while delivering judgment in the suit brought against the Commission, and by the Social Democratic Party. It's continued on the page 30 of the This Day newspaper. Then we have Nigeria signs a $1.5 billion Grand Castina Ala hydropower concession deal with Maverick Energy. The partners each other in Nigeria for, the power drill has been a challenge in Nigeria. So they are partnering the Maverick Energy as Nigeria is concerned. You see that on page 30 of This Day newspaper. Sarah Dilumbu declares sacrifice by Nigerians, yielding results. Then how he will ultimately defeat all forces of evil. First Lady seeks prayer for sustained peace and stability and prosperity. We also see Okpabio, Barao, Kalu, Adiola rally support behind president reforms. Seek sacrifice, they say. Then Atiku, Nkume, Iwada, Sanwo-Olu, Fubara, Mba, Abiodun, Okpabolo, Malkafi, Wati, Isa Onilu. Others urge peace, unity in the country. Federal government approves 50% fare discount on train service across the corridors of Nigeria. That is what you see on This Day's newspaper. Then on the front border, we have pictures of men sincerely serious staring at the camera before he was snapped. So it's very amazing to see this, seeing that Enugu hosts Southeast Venture Capital Program finale. Southeast Venture Capital Program finale. From left to right, we have the chairman Enugu State Internal Revenue Service, Mr. Emmanuel Nnamani. Commissioner of Finance, Enugu State, we have Dr. Nathaniel Urama. Minister of Finance and Coordination, Minister of the Economy, Mr. Taiwo Oyede. Governor of Enugu State, Dr. Peter Mba. Managing Director, Ministry of Finance Incorporation, MOF, Dr. Armstrong Ume. Taking board chairman, Southeast Development Commission, SECD, Dr. Emeka Nwogu, MD, SEDC, Mr. Mark Okoye, and non-executive director of MOFDE, Dr. Ike Chike. When Governor Mba receives the minister and his team in the government house in Enugu. That is what you see on the front burner. Then below, we have some other things on advert, which is not part of what we're doing today. Today it's Mubarak. Enjoy your day. And we're done with This Day newspaper. We're going to the next newspaper. Now, the Nation newspaper have a lot of things to talk for you. And what we'll be saying, what has been going around these papers, is telling you about insecurity, telling you about people who don't agree with their primaries. Tinubu is trying to jail with people. A lot of people are trying to support the Tinubuism going on in the country. No decent Tinubuism, because he's preaching his gospel and a lot of people are seeing him as their Messiah. But we don't know if the Nigerian citizens think the same. So we are now on the Nation newspaper. Now, Oyo people takes over rescue plan. The Oyo people say air assets deployed. Oyo people say they will take over rescue plan, that they are no more waiting for the government to take action before they take action, because it's a direct hit to their personality. You see that on the page 20 of the Nation's newspaper. Tinubu pledges improved security in Eid message. That on the page 6 of the Nation's newspaper. Duke honor to fly PRP, PDP presidential flags. Court strikes out suit seeking to bar Jonathan from contesting. you see that of the Duke honor to fly PRP, PDP presidential flags on the page 2 and the court strikes on the page 6 of the nation's newspaper. Before the fourth brother, we have already mentioned that of Amaechi and Ayatudin that rejects Atiku. It's no more news because most of the dailies are saying it. They also see on the fourth border of a congratulatory message to the president from the Niger Delta people, saying celebrating Mr. President and all his emergence, looking at what is happening in the Niger Delta. And that is all we have for you in the nation's newspaper. And that will be the end of the papers. That's all we have for you in the nation newspaper. Do stay tuned. Do stay tuned. We will be bringing you more on Early Starters. Don't forget, I am Michael Armstrong, and this is Early Starters. We just round up with the newspaper review. Stay tuned and stay blessed.
The more you watch, the more you love. Unlimited entertainment only on Opportune TV. Your TV, ask for more. The more you watch, the more you love. Unlimited entertainment only on Opportune TV. Your TV, ask for more. The more you watch, the more you love. Unlimited entertainment only on Opportune TV. Your TV, ask for more. The more you watch, the more you love. Unlimited entertainment.
Yeah, this is the good. I'm here with a good message for the good people of this great nation. Good people, great nation. Yeah, Mr. President, all the governors, senators, all the reps, chairman, alaga, listen to me, yeah. Oluwagbawa ní Naija tá wà yìí, mo ti fẹ́ já ṣùgbọ́n àyà mi ń já. Ẹnìkan tó já Germany náà ti jákulẹ̀, láì fọ̀tá pé níṣe ló dẹni ilẹ̀. Kàkà kó máa já mọ́ra ní Naija tá wà yìí, ìjákújà ló ń já nílùú onílùú. Ó gbìyànjú títí kó lè dánmọ́ onílùú, ìlòkulò ni wọ́n lò nílùú onílùú. Wọ́n tún lù ú lù láì ṣe lùlù. Ẹ má jàjà kiri mọ́ Naija ṣì máa sọ. Ọmọ ọlọ́sàn jọ̀wọ́ má má ṣàìsàn. Ó ṣì máa sọ tó máa ti jẹjà ọ̀sán. Gbogbo léwòsàn wa ló ṣì máa sàn. Gbogbo gbèsè wa ni wọ́n ṣì máa sàn. Ogun ọ̀tẹ̀ wàhálà ó má ṣì máa tàn. Iná mọ̀nàmọ́ná gan ṣì máa tàn.
This land go better, no matter the weather, the rain go fall. United we stand, definitely divided we fall. Oshimason, 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 Naija Shimason. Oshimason, 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 Naija Shimason. Listen, my brother, make we stay, make we join us together. United we stand, with one love, our land go dominate. See, plenty things there for Naija. My brother, we no need to run away to Yankee. Very, very soon, our government go better. Economy go come back to normal.
Mutane kuma puto, lokaci ya zo, mun yi gyara, mun yi aha, mun zama daya, Yarbawa, Hausa da Igbo, Nigeria ƙasa mai iko, wazo biya mu taru mun yi lilo, Abuja, Imo da Bebuta, maza da mata har da manya, sojoji, likitoci, lauyoyi, 'yan makaranta, ku tashi mu karanta, addu'o'i, yes we can.
Nigeria, Igbo, anyị narịọ Chukwu n'ime obodo anyị bụ Naịjirịa bụ n'udo udo ebe ọ bụla isi bịa n'ime gị ịwa ego ncheta nụ na anyị bụ n'okwu ụmụnne olileanya adịla n'ime ọchịchị onye bụ uche ya si gị tinye aka ka obodo anyị dị
America tí mo lọ mo rohun tó pọ̀ flag wọn ni wọ́n ń flag ní gbogbo àdúgbò flag tiwa ní Naija ṣe la fi ń kólẹ̀ kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ má jẹ́ alẹ̀ kágbéra nílẹ̀ láti gbogbo wa lẹ̀ ilẹ̀ bàbá wa ní Naija kò gbọ́dọ̀ wọlẹ̀ kò gbọ́dọ̀ wọlẹ̀ kò gbọ́dọ̀ wọlẹ̀. Mr. President, please press the rest to pass the bill to free the press for them to express their profession. This is my impression to stop the oppression.
This land go better, no matter the weather, the rain go fall. United we stand, definitely divided we fall. Oshimason, 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 Naija Oshimason, 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 Naija Oshimason. This land go better, no matter the weather, the rain go fall. United we stand, definitely divided we fall. Oshimason, 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 Naija Oshimason, 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 Naija Oshimason.
Yeah, once we are people, we can make it together as one. Let's press further, we will definitely get there. Yeah, this is the good, my good, Flicky Leko, Shigu, destination boy, yeah, be mine.
Entertainment only on Opportune TV. Your TV, ask for more.
Join us weekdays, Mondays through Fridays, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. on the program Early Starters, where we get to kickstart your day. All right, a warm, a beautiful Salah, a Wednesday morning to you, people of Nigeria out there. And of course, our Muslim brothers and sisters, we say greetings to you right here from Opportune Television. As of course, we bring you business update on the program Early Starter. Precious Olushayo is my name, and I've got an interesting business update for you. And I'm starting with this interesting business updates. Yes, talking about federal government cutting train fares by 50% for the Eid celebration. I decided to start with this interesting story just to excite and then give you a positive day, a positive celebration. All right, the Punch and newspaper dished out that story, and let me just give a brief just detail about the story. It says the federal government has approved a 50% reduction in fares on all passenger train services operated by the Nigerian Railway Corporation to cushion transportation costs for Nigerians during the Eid-ul-Kabir celebration. Now, the fare discount approved through the Federal Ministry of Transportation will take effect from Tuesday, May 26, 2026, and run until Monday, June 1, 2026. All right, that's interesting report, which is my first interesting story, just to, like I said, excite and motivate our Muslim brothers out there. And especially for those who are still looking forward to make it to their hometown, to their loved ones during the season. It's best to do what you take a quick advantage of this interesting opportunity. And on business, day. Yes, now on Business Day, now the couple of stories that we have for you. I'm talking about this Salah celebration. Yes, where we have this report. We talked about soaring cattle prices with Chris Eid, a trade celebration where, of course, we have customers, majority of them, lamenting about the high cost of ram. Yeah, ram. And you know, when it comes to the Salah celebration, ram is a very, very germane to the Muslim brothers and sisters, to the Muslim faithful out there. Now, this soaring cattle prices squeezes each trade in northern Nigeria. And let's just give a brief detail about it, which says livestock traders in northern Nigeria are facing financial strain as surging cattle prices and security concerns disrupt commerce in Borno State ahead of Eid-ul-Kabir celebrations, dampening activity during one of the region's trading period. Where residents and traders who spoke with Business Day in the Maiduguri metropolis, of course, an area known as Kazungwan Zanu. Apology to my northern brothers if the name is not rightly pronounced, but says that recent insecurity in Borno and Yobe states has forced traders to abandon traditional domestic supply routes in favor of intermediaries importing livestock from neighboring Chad and, of course, Cameroon. But key trader hubs like Banki and Ngala markets are becoming high-risk zones where the threat of kidnapping and even violence of Boko Haram insurgents is a constant looming danger. But at the end of the day, what is paramount is the fact that we need to have a blissful, a wonderful Baka Kabir celebration, Baka de Salah, Eid-ul-Kabir celebration. That is what is paramount. Just keep that positive look. And but to be honest with you, most of the reports, and as far as business is concerned, it's not really, all the stories are not really quite cheering. But just keep that faith and just, like I said, be optimistic that definitely this Salah celebration will go well, will go smoothly. All right, now let's move away from that and let's see other business stories. While we have these, talking about gas. Yes, yesterday there was a report about gas, the surge in the prices of cooking gas, where we have in places the gas per kilogram is being sold between 1,005, 1,008, 1,009, and as high as 2,000 naira. But what the story is saying this morning, that is from Business Day, that rising cooking gas costs burn Nigerians ahead of a Salah rush. Now, a few details. Cooking gas prices have climbed sharply across Nigeria, with retail rates hitting as high as 1,700 per kilogram in some locations as households and food vendors stock up ahead of this week's Eid-ul-Kabir celebration. Now, exposing once again the fragility of a supply chain that buckles each time demand spikes. Now, the federal government has declared May 27 and 28 public holidays for the Salah festivities, where, of course, so we have a Muslim faithful rushing in to do what? To meet up with the Salah celebration. And we all know it's a period where Nigerian families, traditionally, they wrap up what we call cooking for large gatherings, feasts, and, of course, commercial food preparation. Now, that surge in consumption has collided with an already strained depot system, now driving prices to levels that are stretching household budgets across the country's major urban centers. Now, according to Business Day findings, it shows that depot landing has become increasingly constrained, particularly in Lagos, and of course, Nigeria's primary liquefied petroleum gas distribution hub. All right, like I've said earlier on, that should not stop the celebration. There are other options. I mentioned yesterday that people sometimes opt in for charcoal. So it's not a bad thing. But at the end of the day, we still got to celebrate, because I'm looking forward to the Salah meet. All right, so let's see other business outlook and of course what they tend to share, to of course to portray out there. Now let's quickly look at this one, talking about subsidy. Yes, what is the subsidy saying this time around? Well, of course, in the report we got subsidy proves costly as a World Bank itself walks away from Nigeria power deal. As far as this power deal is concerned, for quite some time, there's been issues back and forth. There's been arguments about this power deal situation where we had the World Bank lending Nigeria huge amount of money in order for the power problem to be a thing of the past. But we now heard Nigerian government, federal government coming out to hold on the continuation of that loan. So how does the Nigerian government, the federal government, how do they intend to continue to work towards stabilizing power in the country? Because we know power is very, very paramount when it comes to our growth, to our economic stability. Now, the federal government and the World Bank agreed to cancel the $717.7 million in undisbursed financing under the Power Sector Recovery Performance-Based Operation. Now, it says a program which is the lender, which had built over 5 years and more than $1 billion to rescue one of Africa's most dysfunctional electricity markets. Well, like I said, for FG, cancelling that agreement, it left unclear details as regards that. It's important for Nigerians to know more details for the reason for that cancellation. Aside the fact that we are already indebted, we are already a country which is, of course, owing a huge amount of money to the World Bank. But let's see how this situation, how it pans out in the long run. But as it is presently, because of our time, we need to quickly wrap up a business update on Opportune Television this Wednesday morning, the 27th day in the month of May, year 2026. I'll say a big thank you for watching us. But early starter still continues. Precious Olushayo is my name, and coming up next, it's Sports Update with Michael Armstrong. Don't touch the dial. Stay with us.
The more you watch, the more you love. Unlimited entertainment only on Opportune TV. Your TV, ask for more.
Americans bá ti jí, wọ́n ní God bless America. Tọmọ Nàìjíríà bá ti jí, mo lé mi ò mọ tán sọ sílùú wọn. Ọ̀rẹ́ Americans bá ti jí, wọ́n ní God bless America. Tọmọ Nàìjíríà bá ti jí, mo lé mi ò mọ tán sọ sílùú wọn. Ṣùgbọ́n Bíbélì mi fi yé mi wípé nínú ìwé òwe orí 18 ẹsẹ̀ 21 ó jẹ́ kí n mọ̀ pé agbára ń bẹ nínú ahọ́n. Ọ̀rọ̀ la fi dálé ayé, ọ̀rọ̀ la fi dóhun gbogbo. Ẹ dákun ẹ jọ̀wọ́ o, ẹ jẹ́ ká máa sọ̀rọ̀ rere sínú wa. Mama, God bless Nigeria. Nigeria will prosper. Nigeria will prosper. Nigeria is my fatherland. everybody. Oh mama,
Nigeria is my home.
Americans bá ti jí. Wọ́n ní God bless America. Tí Nigerians bá ti jí. Mo lé mi ò mọ tán sọ sílùú wọn. Ọ̀rẹ́ Americans bá ti jí. Wọ́n ní God bless America. Tí Nigerians bá ti jí. Alẹ́ mi ò mọ tán sọ sílùú wọn. Ṣùgbọ́n àṣekóró àṣà lọ sọ́dọ̀ wọn. Àṣekóró àṣà lọ sọ́dọ̀ wọn. Ẹ bá lè jẹ́ bọ̀nà jẹ́ tán ẹ wá ń pariwo. Ẹ bá lè jẹ́ bọ̀nà jẹ́ tán ẹ wá ń kígbe. Ṣáwọn àjòjì ló máa tún Nàìjíríà ṣe ni. Àní ṣáwọn àjòjì yìí ló máa tún Nàìjíríà ṣe ọ̀rẹ́. Ẹ bá rò bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ tanra yín o. In the mighty name of Jesus,
Nigeria will prosper.
by God's grace,
Nigeria is my fatherland. Let's join hands together.
Hausa ti Igbo ti Yorùbá,
Love is okay.
gbogbo wa pátápátá.
Nigeria is my home.
Bọ́kọ̀rọ̀kùn bọ̀rọ̀ sá. Àní bọ́kọ̀rọ̀kùn bọ̀rọ̀ sá. Èbúté ni yóò fa bọ̀ sí o, Elédùmarè kó jẹ́ ká débúté re.
Welcome to Opportune TV, your premier destination for unlimited entertainment. Opportune Television, your TV, ask for more.
Yes, it's that segment and it's that time for sports. You know, I told you we do entertainment and infotainment. We are not forgetting it's Children's Day. And we are also not forgetting, as it's a double boom for us, for Children's Day and the Eid Mubarak. I know I'm going to get my ram from His Excellency. Somebody are wondering who is His Excellency. Don't worry, we have a chairman too. He too is an excellency. He used to wear those Konkon cap. So I'm diving into sports. It's a very bright day for sports, and you know that around the world the football season is ending because the World Cup is before us. And you know, the formation of the World Cup supersedes every football activity because it's a FIFA activity. Now I'll just be diving in straight. Football. We're taking our football news from Punch Sports Extra. You can check that online and offline. You can go and get the papers. What you're seeing on your screen is what I am reading to you. The Unity Cup, Eric Chill of Nigeria. Nigeria is the defending champion of the Unity Cup. Some of you might not know Nigeria is the defending champion. Most times the cup is being hosted by Jamaica and 2 other countries. This year we have Nigeria, Jamaica, Zimbabwe, and India. Is going to be very interesting. Nigeria won it yesterday because it's between 26th to the 30th of this month. Nigeria won it yesterday by 2-0, beating Zimbabwe by 2-0. And the guy that scored plays in Millwall. His name is Femi Aziz. You can see that on your page 7 of Sports Extra. Sports Extra as seen on your screen. We also have Celtic boss Koi on Iheanacho Future. That's on the page sheet. Iheanacho scored the brace. Now he has 2 cups, both the Scottish League and the Scottish Cup. Iheanacho says he wants to stay in Celtic, that he has been goal drought and he has been cup drought for a lot of time. Now, this Nigerian striker, Murphy, gets more interest ahead of Nick's exit. He has more interest ahead of Nick's exit. That's on the page 6. Then we have 2 Arsenal fans arrested for overplaying and overbearing and over-enjoying themselves. We're not also forgetting what is happening today. We're not forgetting what is happening today and right now in the world of athletics. Our own Amuson deserves apologies. You will see that details will come for the Sports Proper or your sports update with Opportune TV and Opportune Television after this total segment. Then we also see cricket, Nigeria Super League semi-final emerge. Nigeria too is playing cricket. That one is your window stories by the left and right. We see Dembele Hakimi return to training ahead of UCL. The UCL means Champions League, European Champions League. That's on the page 3. We saw Spalletti wants Salah as Juve. You know, the Italian club have this gantry where they use old players to train and teach young players. It has been in their history. They do that within the Roman reigns and they are doing that in sport, and it has been working for them. And don't forget, the Italians are one of the first people to win the World Cup 4 times before Brazil. So it is not a joke. That trick is working. And you know they don't have a lot of money now. Now, still on your window story, we have Spain coach backs Yamal to shine at the World Cup. Spain coach backs Yamal to shine at the World Cup, while Maresca joins City on a 3-year deal.
The more you watch, the more you love. Unlimited entertainment only on Opportune TV. Your TV, ask for more.
Join us weekdays, Mondays through Fridays, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. on the program Early Starters, where we get to kickstart your day. Join us weekdays.
The more you watch, the more you love. Unlimited entertainment only on Opportune TV. Your TV, ask for more.
So we had a glitch, but you know you're important, so we have to come back quickly. Now on the front burner we have end of an era. Stars who quit EPL after 2025 and 2026. We'll give you more of that information on the sports run, on the sports updates later today. You know, the EPL has been a lot of wonderful exits and come-ups. Then we still have, like, Maresca is joining City for a 3-year deal. That's why he quitted Chelsea. He wanted to leave Chelsea to go to the billionaires club. But Top has billions, an American with billions. Now we have, still on the below surface, we have Nike unveils new Eagles collection. Nike unveils new Eagle collection. We have Ilechukwu to decide Rangers' future after Unity Cup. Rangers' future after Unity Cup. We also have Fury won't fight Ruiz Jr. Ruiz Jr. is a very huge guy with pot belly, but his punches are very strong. The only challenge he has is that he likes fighting big stars for money. When he fought Joshua, he made $40 million. He has not made that money in his lifetime. So big fighters are running away from him. Now, you come to the Sports Extra to see this like you're seeing on the screen, but on the Sports Updates, you will have more of this information that will tell you the players that are left and the players that's yet to come. Now, stay tuned as we go to the discussion of the day. Stay tuned as we go to the discussion of the day. On early starters, we're done with sports. Stay tuned.
The more you watch, the more you love. Unlimited entertainment only on Opportune TV. Your TV, ask for more.
Èbúté ni yóò fa bọ̀ sí o, Elédùmarè kó jẹ́ ká débùté rẹ̀. Ìyẹn ni mo fi sọ wípé ilé làbọ̀ sí mi oko. Àjò dundun onídẹ̀ máa rẹ̀ ni o. Ilé o jàre o, ilé làbọ̀ sí mi oko. Àjò dundun onídẹ̀ máa rẹ̀ ni.
God bless Nigeria.
Amen.
Nigeria will prosper.
By God's grace.
Nigeria is my fatherland.
Tó sọ fún wàrà àti fún oyin ni.
Join hands together.
Ẹ má jẹ́ kó dàṣálẹ̀ o.
It's okay.
Gbogbo wa pátápátá.
Nigeria is my home.
Àtàmọ́tàsé lọ́lọ́run wa o. Àtàmọ́tàsé lọ́lọ́run wa. Kò ní ṣèlérí kó má mú ṣẹ. Ó pẹ́ bóyá o. Ìlérí àṣẹ. Àníṣe. Àtàmọ́tàsé lọ́lọ́run mi o. Àtàmọ́tàsé ni dádì mi. Kò ní ṣèlérí kó má mú ṣẹ. Ó pẹ́ bóyá o. Ìlérí àṣẹ.
God bless Nigeria.
Agbára Ọlọ́run ọba.
Nigeria will prosper.
Ó ṣọmọ lókùn bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o.
Nigeria is my fatherland.
Àníṣe.
Join hands together.
Gbogbo wa pátápátá.
It's okay.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbé sókè.
Nigeria is my home.
God bless.
God bless Nigeria. Nigeria will prosper.
Nigeria will prosper.
Nigeria is my fatherland.
Oh,
Let's join hands together.
let's join hands together.
It's okay. Nigeria is my home.
Mo wí pé ó pẹ́ bóyá o.
Ìlérí àṣẹ.
Ìlérí rere tẹ̀tí bá wa dá.
Ìlérí àṣẹ.
Ìlérí pé a máa ṣoríire.
Ìlérí àṣẹ.
Ìlérí pé kọ́mọ aláṣọ wa kó má wé kísà o.
Ìlérí àṣẹ.
Ọmọ ẹlẹ́ran wa kò gbọ́dọ̀ dé egun ẹran.
Ìlérí àṣẹ.
Ní tó san fún wàrà àti fún oyin ni.
Ìlérí àṣẹ.
Ẹ jọ̀wọ́ ẹ má jẹ́ kó dàṣálẹ̀ o.
Ìlérí àṣẹ.
Ó pẹ́ bóyá o.
Ìlérí àṣẹ.
Peace and unity làwa ń fẹ́.
Ìlérí àṣẹ.
Love and progress làwa ń tọrọ.
Ìlérí àṣẹ.
Ìtẹ̀síwájú Nàìjíríà làwa ń fẹ́.
Ìlérí àṣẹ.
Àní ó pẹ́ bóyá o.
Ìlérí àṣẹ. God bless Nigeria.
One nation,
Nigeria will prosper.
one love.
Nigeria is my fatherland.
I am proud to be
Let's
Nigeria.
join hands together.
Gbogbo wa pátápátá.
It's okay.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbé sókè.
Nigeria is my home.
Oh yes.
God bless Nigeria.
Everybody.
Nigeria will prosper.
Hausa ti Igbo ti Yorùbá.
Nigeria is my fatherland.
àtàrà ilé
Let's join hands together.
àtẹ̀rọ̀nà o
Jẹ́ ká gbé sókè.
àtàrà oko.
Nigeria is my home.
One love, one nation,
Bless Nigeria.
giant of Africa.
Nigeria will prosper.
God bless us.
Nigeria is my fatherland.
Iṣẹ́ mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́.
Let's join hands together.
A máa kéré oko délé.
Jẹ́ ká gbé sókè.
Àtàwátàwà lájò.
Nigeria is my home.
Mondays through Fridays, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. on the program Early Starters, where we get to kickstart your day. Join us weekdays, Mondays through Fridays, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. on the program Early Starters, where we get to kickstart your day. Join us weekdays, Mondays through Fridays, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. on the
Americans bá ti jí wọ́n ní God bless America. Tọmọ Nàìjíríà bá ti jí mo lé mi ò mọ tán sọ sílùú wọn. Ọ̀rẹ́ Americans bá ti jí wọ́n ní God bless America. Tọmọ Nàìjíríà bá ti jí mo lé mi ò mọ tán sọ sílùú wọn. Ṣùgbọ́n Bíbélì mi fi yé mi wípé nínú ìwé òwe orí kejìdínlógún ẹsẹ̀ kọkànlélógún ó jẹ́ kí n mọ̀ pé agbára ń bẹ nínú ahọ́n. Ọ̀rọ̀ la fi dálé ayé, ọ̀rọ̀ la fi dóhun gbogbo. Ẹ dákun ẹ jọ̀wọ́ o, ẹ jẹ́ ká máa sọ̀rọ̀ rere sílùú wa.
Bless Nigeria. Nigeria will prosper. Nigeria is my fatherland. Let's join hands together. Jẹ́ ká gbé sókè. Nigeria is my home.
Oh mama,
God bless Nigeria. Nigeria will prosper.
Nigeria will prosper.
Nigeria is my fatherland. Let's join hands together.
Everybody,
Jẹ́ ká gbé sókè.
oh mama, oh mama.
Nigeria is my home.
Americans bá ti jí wọ́n ní God bless America. Tí Nigerians bá ti jí mo lé mi ò mọ tán sọ sílùú wọn. Ọ̀rẹ́ Americans bá ti jí wọ́n ní God bless America. Tí Nigerians bá ti jí alẹ́ mi ò mọ tán sọ sílùú wọn. Ṣùgbọ́n a ṣe kóró a sá lọ sọ́dọ̀ wọn. A ṣe kóró a sá lọ sọ́dọ̀ wọn. Ẹ bá lè jẹ́ bọ̀nà jẹ́ tán ẹ wá ń pariwo. Ẹ bá lè jẹ́ bọ̀nà jẹ́ tán ẹ wá ń kígbe. Ṣáwọn àjòjì ló máa tún Nàìjíríà ṣe ni. Àní ṣáwọn àjòjì yìí ló máa tún Nàìjíríà ṣe ọ̀rẹ́. Ẹ bá rò bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ tanra yín ni o.
God bless Nigeria.
In the mighty name of Jesus,
Nigeria will prosper.
by God's grace,
Nigeria is my fatherland. Let's join
pátápátá.
Nigeria is my
bọ́kọ̀rọ̀kùn bọ̀rọ̀ sá àní bọ́kọ̀rọ̀kùn bọ̀rọ̀ sá èbúté ni yóò fa bọ̀ sí o Elédùmarè kó jẹ́ ká débúté re bọ́kọ̀rọ̀kùn bọ̀rọ̀ sá àní bọ́kọ̀rọ̀kùn bọ̀rọ̀ sá èbúté ni yóò fa bọ̀ sí o Elédùmarè kó jẹ́ ká débúté re. Ìyẹn ni mo fi sọ wípé ilé làbọ̀ sími oko àjò dundun onídẹ máa rè mí o. Ilé o jàre o ilé làbọ̀ sími oko àjò dundun onídẹ máa rè mí. Amen.
Nigeria will prosper.
By God's grace.
Nigeria is my fatherland.
Tó sọ fún wàrà àti fún oyin ni.
Let's join hands together.
Ẹ má jẹ́ kó dàṣálẹ̀ o.
Jacob is okay.
Gbogbo wa pátápátá.
Nigeria is my home.
Àtàmọ́tàsé lọ́lọ́run wa o. Àtàmọ́tàsé lọ́lọ́run wa. Kò ní ṣèlérí kó má múṣẹ. Ó pẹ́ bóyá o. Ìlérí àṣẹ. Àníṣe. Àtàmọ́tàsé lọ́lọ́run mi o. Àtàmọ́tàsé ni dádì mi. Kò ní ṣèlérí kó má múṣẹ. Ó pẹ́ bóyá o. Ìlérí àṣẹ.
God bless Nigeria.
Agbára Ọlọ́run ọba.
Nigeria will prosper.
Ó ń ṣọmọ lókùn bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o.
Nigeria is my fatherland.
Àníṣe.
Let's join hands together.
Gbogbo wa pátápátá.
Jacob is okay.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbé sókè.
Nigeria is my home.
God bless.
God bless Nigeria. Nigeria will prosper.
Nigeria will prosper.
Nigeria is my fatherland.
Oh,
Let's join hands together.
let's join hands together.
Jacob is okay. Nigeria is my home.
Mo wí pé ó pẹ́ bóyá o.
Ìlérí àṣẹ.
Ìlérí rere tẹ̀tí bá wa dá.
Ìlérí àṣẹ.
Ìlérí pé a máa ṣoríire.
Ìlérí àṣẹ.
Ìlérí pé kọ́mọ aláṣọ wa kó má wọ ìkísà o.
Ìlérí àṣẹ.
Ọmọ ẹlẹ́ran wa kò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ egun ẹran.
Ìlérí àṣẹ.
Nígbà san fún wàrà àti fún oyin ni.
Ìlérí àṣẹ.
Ẹ jọ̀wọ́ ẹ má jẹ́ kó dàṣálẹ̀ o.
Ìlérí àṣẹ.
Ó pẹ́ bóyá o.
Ìlérí àṣẹ.
Peace and unity làwa ń fẹ́.
Ìlérí àṣẹ.
Love and progress làwa ń tọrọ.
Ìlérí àṣẹ.
Ìtẹ̀síwájú Nàìjíríà làwa ń fẹ́.
Ìlérí àṣẹ.
Àní ó pẹ́ bóyá o.
Ìlérí àṣẹ. God bless Nigeria.
One nation,
Nigeria will prosper.
one love.
Nigeria is my fatherland.
I am proud to be
Let's
Nigeria.
join hands together.
Gbogbo wa pátápátá.
Jacob is okay.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbé sókè.
Nigeria is my home.
Oh yes,
God bless Nigeria.
everybody.
Nigeria will prosper.
Hausa ti Igbo ti Yorùbá.
Nigeria is my fatherland.
Àkàrà ilé.
Let's join hands together.
Àtèrọ̀nà o.
Jacob is okay.
Àtọ̀rà oko.
Nigeria is my home.
One love, one nation.
God bless Nigeria.
Giant of Africa.
Nigeria will
God bless us.
Nigeria is my fatherland.
Iṣẹ́ mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́.
Let's join hands together.
A máa kéré oko délé.
Jẹ́ ká gbé sókè.
Àtàwátàwà lájò.
Nigeria is my home.
We are the women of Nigeria, and peace is what we bring. Let it rain everywhere. We are the children of Nigeria, and peace is what we need, so that all can live as one. Live every
The more you watch, the more you love. Unlimited entertainment only on Opportune TV. Your TV, ask for more. The more
Welcome to Opportune TV, your premier destination for unlimited entertainment. Opportune Television, your TV, ask for more.
You're still watching Opportune Television, and it is still early starters, where of course we get to dive into the discussions segment. Now, talking about discussion, what is the discussion this morning? It is concerning the court ruling, that's according to Justice Peter Lifo of the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja, which so far has declared Jonathan fit, aside even fit, declaring him to contest for the presidential election come 2027. Now, last week, the Kabiru Tanimu and Turaki-led faction of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, gave a waiver to Jonathan to contest the 2027 poll on the presidential ticket of the party. Now, however, a plaintiff, John Mary Jideobi, had filed a suit challenging the eligibility of the former president to contest the election. Now, in the suit, he sought an order of the court restraining Jonathan from presenting himself to any political party as a candidate for the 2027 presidential election. Now, the plaintiff had earlier asked the court to stop INEC from accepting, processing, or publishing Jonathan's name as a presidential candidate. But yesterday we saw in the report where, of course, the Justice Peter Lifo has, of course, okayed the former president, that is in the person Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, that he can contest the 2027 presidential election. And the big question is, what's next? But joining us this morning is our guest, our analyst, Dr. Sam Adebayo. He's already seated in here with us to analyze the discussion, to shed more insight, to give us details as regards the way forward for former President Goodluck Jonathan. And a bigger question again, will he be contesting? Even so far, we've seen that he has neither come out to declare his interest to run for the presidency. Only a few months ago, we heard of some individuals, some stakeholders who were concerned and, of course, went to his office in Abuja asking him to contest the the most sought after position, that is the presidential position. But like I mentioned earlier, the former president himself has neither come out to do what? To declare his interest. But with the latest judgment from Justice Peter Lifo yesterday, will he be changing his mind? That's another angle we also need to look at. And of course, let's not forget the PDP, the internal faction, internal crisis that they've been having. Remember, we have the Wike-led faction. We also have the Turaki-led faction. So under which of the faction, even if the former president decides to run, which of the faction will he be running? But anyways, just to intimate you, that Wike-led faction has already nominated Mnoja as their own presidential candidate. That will be flagging their, carrying their flag to run for the presidential position under the PDP, Wike PDP led faction. But meaning that Jonathan is left with the Turaki-led faction, as of course they have already granted him a waiver, meaning that it is a consensus agreement nominating him to do what? To represent their own platform, their own camp as the next presidential hopeful come 2027. All these, and of course many more, will be looking at this morning. Will he be contesting? And also, what should Nigerians hope for if he comes in? And like I said, our guest is already here with us. Not forgetting, I'll be doing this alone. I already have Michael Armstrong with me. And of course, Michael, talking about politics. But before we get into the political discussion, it's the festive season. Baka the Salah to you first, and the Baka the Salah to our guest, Dr. Sam Adebayo. Good morning and welcome to Early Starter, the discussion segment. Welcome, sir.
Good morning and good to be here once again.
All right, so the Baka the Salah, I hope the Salah meet is because I'm
Salah is going on fine.
Please, location. Very, very paramount.
Well, you know, one thing I like about this, it's connotes unity in a way.
Yes.
Because you can eat anywhere you like.
Exactly.
Except in the Sambisa forest.
Yeah. No, you can.
Huh?
You can.
Okay.
You can find your way down there.
Exactly. That's just it. If you know that's just it. But probably you make use of Google Map.
Oh, Google Map.
Yes, we'll map you there.
But you know, Google Map in Nigeria does not give you accurate.
So you don't find yourself in the wrong forest. And then
you don't find yourself because Google need to come to Nigeria to know that there are some road overnight. They just block them.
Exactly.
When you ask them, they will say something happened.
Exactly.
Well, it's a Wednesday, and we're all celebrating what is happening and within our space of our Muslim brothers, and we also celebrate with you. And today is a double crew now.
Exactly. Children's Day.
Children's Day.
Celebration.
I have one kid telling me, today is Children's Day. Give us something. It's Children's Day.
But Michael, before we go any further on the Children's Day, in the papers this morning, we could even hear in other sister stations where majority of them were talking about not really, we have to still celebrate the children, but remember the victims who are still in the captivity of a bandit, those who were abducted in Oyo State, and it's a sad one because many people have called for the government to rejig its security architecture in order for these children, I think even the children itself, teachers as well. As much as we're celebrating Happy Children's Day, but it's bleak. It's half celebration because the joy is not out there. And imagine not many people remember that today is Children's Day, except for those the Baka, the Salah itself celebration. But just to remember that these children, they are our future. If we abandon them, we have abandoned our future because they are our leaders.
So the thing there is this now, straight to the matter of the day.
Yes.
You know, it's obvious that most of the leaders are concerned about politics. They don't even want to know whether you've eaten or not.
That's just the latest.
I'm not dissing anybody.
And they've not been boring us.
The politics has been. I'm not dissing anybody because they are just showing that they are more interested in political position than the welfare of the citizens. Instead of them to boycott all this, even boycott their salary. If I were the president, the CDS will be in the bush. The CDS will be in the bush.
Coming every forest.
I can give you history of drastic change on security. I can tell you that from the Roman Empire. I can take you to the peace of Salahuddin. I can take you to the Peter the Great in Russia.
But because of our time, we won't be able to go through that channel.
What they just do now is that they are not showing
that much concern.
Remorse.
But the president has come out this morning to reiterate his commitment to ending insecurity. So let's take him for his words. We are hopeful. But quickly, we have to dive into the discussion. Welcome once again, Dr. Sam Adebayo. Thank you and for joining us. All right, so now let's look at it. Like I mentioned in my introduction this morning, court clearing the pathway, okaying former President Goodluck Jonathan for 2027. And not forgetting, he has neither declared his interest. He has, in fact, if you notice for some time, he has not even been active as far as politics is concerned. So now that he's been cleared, what is next? He has been given a waiver by the Turkey-led camp. What do you think is next for him? First of all, do you see him declaring?
Now, I think people's voice has shown the direction it's heading to already, because I can watch it live when the people gather around his house, saying that they want him to run for 2027. And going by the reaction of the opposition party, going to court. Now, I love one thing he did is that he was not the one pushing.
For it,
He was not the one pushing, and for him to have, now to the people outside, they may feel he has not shown consent to the people's
clamor.
Yes, he has not. But with the action,
his body language
shows that is interested.
Okay.
Even the last election,
In 2023,
he was
at the
supposed.
forefront.
Yes. But because of the political game in Nigeria, I believe he really doesn't want to
He's at the back of the scene.
Yes, that's why you see that. Well, one thing I will say now is that I think he just needs courage now.
Courage. Okay.
He needs courage to, because we have to. We use this maxim that says the voice of man is the voice of God. But sometimes you have to go check. You have to go check that most time the voice of man is not the voice of God. But for people of Nigeria to have come up, because now the political terrain of Nigeria is shaking now.
Yes.
There is a divide of interest, and is bringing a lot of fear into the leading political party of the day, the ruling party of the day. So I love the way it's going now. For others, they are they're having a theory now that they just want to bring Goodluck out to divide the figure in the south, the vote in the south. Now the thinking that the north is going to give support to the leading to the ruling party. But as it is now, the north are backing out. Because initially it was the north that was pushing for Goodluck. They said they rather prefer Goodluck to come back and finish his one time that remain than for anyone than for even the ruling party to continue. So that's why I'm saying that there is a divide of interest now, and the political architecture of Nigeria is shaking already, because from every knowledge and angles, Goodluck seems to be an outstanding candidate among whom we have on the ground now.
But like I asked the question to you.
Yes.
Do you see him? You talked about his body language. Aside his body language, do you see Jonathan yielding to the call, to the clamor of the people that he should contest? Absolutely. Now, like I said before, that I love the way his body language, the way he plays, playing maturity game. Because since he's a threat to some, that's what brought about the court. Is he a big threat?
He's a big threat.
So you mean he's a big threat?
He's a big threat from all angles. From all angles. But going by experience, people may tend to judge him by his past administration, which tend to be the loopholes and weakness of what
Jonathan then is different from Jonathan now.
He's different now. I believe we'll have learned from his mistakes and error then. So he's a big threat to them.
He's now wiser.
He's a big threat.
So you feel you can ousted the present APC?
In fact, from all indication, he's the only candidate.
But the APC just concluded their presidential primaries. And so far we saw the figure. It was there in plain white. 10.99 million. Now, if eventually, if eventually Jonathan now decides, should the ruling party be shaking?
Now,
should they be having sleepless nights?
Yesterday, you can see Alhaji Abubakar Atiku saying that
the figure was fabricated.
Even APC does not believe in that figure. We know APC from all indication that I don't want to go deeper in that is package. All those figures does not exist. We saw the accounting, jumping numbers. So that figure is just a package figure. That does not pose any threat at all. Now, if APC seems to be what they are declaring to Nigerians, and they want us to buy into that and believe it, that you have almost 34 or 35 governors around you, you have almost all 100 and something senator and House of Rep. Why are you still scared? I can hear just this week Mr. President saying that it's not threats, it's not bothered by the opposition calling us out of name. Obi China, all this. You don't even.
Well, in the recent, he's bothered. He sees them as a threat.
But his body language is very clear from all indication that the man is not at rest. He knew what is about to come.
Okay, but I'm looking at this now. Should Nigeria, sit on their cushions and be ready for something good in 2027? Does Nigeria have hope? I'm talking about the people now because we are talking about these big wigs now. Most times, these big wigs are more interested in their position than the posterity of the Nigerians. So I'm speaking for the Nigerian people. Do they have hope that their vote will count this time in 2027?
Now, I'm not new here. We've said some things before here that used to be a very big words. And now I can categorically say that from indication, from what we see in this primary, confidence in our votes is shaking. Even with the figure declared. But they are test running the strategy that they will use in the real election. They are test running already. Before you offer your guest a microphone, you must do test running.
Yes, test run. So they are test running.
Yes, they are test running. So now Nigeria need to be on their feet. Because already Nigerians has lost hope in this government.
Okay.
They have lost hope. It has been stated that
But I'm sure a few Nigerians, not all Nigerians.
I'm coming there. The primary responsibility of a good governance is the safety of life and property. And that true obligation or responsibility is lacking now.
Heavily.
Lacking. Okay. Now, if you see, and I'm not sorry to say this, anyone in his right senses, anyone that is interested in a better and developed Nigeria will never support this administration. If you see anyone posting all the data boys on Facebook, on social media, ranting and clamoring, they are the one benefiting from this, from the deficiencies of this government.
But if we notice for quite some time, we know the president have often come out to explain, to give details of part of the reason why we are in this economic situation. And even in the papers this morning, he talked about it in his Salah message, that there is hope that most of the policies that they introduced that are out there, they are beginning to do or to yield a result. And we text the question, is the result on paper or reality of what Nigerians are facing?
Is that an audio result? If a tree is telling you that I'm fruitful, and you are not seeing fruit on the tree, what kind of hope are you giving? Is that not hopelessness? This is a clear indication now.
So you're saying
how the telling us is working. Mr. Armstrong, if you can recollect, we've talked about this thing over and over here. There is nothing to hide about it. You keep on giving us it's going to be tough initially, it's going to be this and that, therefore Nigeria should rest. We've been resting and
our hopes being renewed.
What are you talking about? What are we talking about?
But let's come to Jonathan.
Okay.
Because as of yesterday, the ADC has declared Atiku its a winner during the just concluded primaries across Nigeria. There seems to also be disagreements as far as the ADC is concerned. But now, where I'm actually headed is, do you see a coalition if eventually, because like you mentioned now, Jonathan is a big shark. Do you see him or see other gladiators coming to rally behind this war? Because the sole agenda of these political gladiators is just to unseat this ruling party.
Yes.
Now, the question is, if this big shark decides to swim along with them, do you see other, probably minions, smaller sharks, rallying behind this big shark?
Now, for Alhaji Atiku, I will strongly doubt that, because Alhaji Atiku itself, from all indication, is a bad market, is a bad product. Who was the reason initially that PDP is facing the problem they are facing now? And that same bad cycle has been carried over to ADC.
Integration of the PDP.
And now even ADC itself is divided. So how will you be house that stand against each other cannot stand. It will fall. So it's a bad product. And if you see one of the reasons why the likes of Kwakwaso and Obi left this ADC was because they are telling Alhaji Atiku that, sir, there is a time to relax. There is a time to step aside. You are old. Let the young one, empower the young one, let them do, but the man.
Don't you think it's signed the Emilio Khan syndrome?
I thought it was Emilio Khan syndrome.
Even Emilio Khan knows he has tired.
The late Buhari too, because whether you like it or not, his lifestyle has inspired so many Nigerians out there. You know, he kept on trying over and over again until eventually he got it. But I used to state that date at some point. Atiku,
they told Alhaji Atiku Abubakar that it's not Abraham Lincoln. So stop thinking that.
So but okay, that means Buhari is our own Abraham Lincoln.
Stop thinking that you can replicate Abraham Lincoln. You are not now.
Okay.
You are not.
Okay. So based on what you've just said now, so in a nutshell, you're saying that Nigerians should smile because hope is coming. You know, I never knew our president can prophesy. He prophesied that there is light. There's no more darkness. So is that something people should hold, or he's just doing a dress rehearsal like he said? He said he's doing a dress rehearsal.
There is a maxim in Yoruba land that says, we don't hear evil from a priest.
Okay.
So you don't expect Mr. President to go out and tell him that there won't be light after the tunnel. So that is what he's known for. That's what he's known for. He's saying now recently Ghana came out to say that they are selling their gasoline at a lesser price. And you will ask yourself, lesser than Nigerian price. Now, you will ask yourself that, is it not the same Iran that supplies or all around the world that is supplying them? How come that in Nigeria now, you have to excuse the people, make them until they started crying out? So how will you be treating people like this and tell us there is hope? Or that a teacher was beheaded and following day, you are running your primary. That someone said, there's one allergy 2 days ago, because I do listen to this. He said even in the day of good luck that we are making jest of Mrs. Dane. Yes. That are you the only one that will come? At least the woman speak out. The blood you are shedding.
Yes.
At least we hear the woman speak. What is Mrs. Oluwemi Tinubu, has he make any comment on this? What is, you see,
has he gone over to visit?
I've talked about sympathy and empathy in leadership.
Very paramount.
You can't lead people that you are not sympathizing and empathizing with the condition you brought to them. No.
Like the one that even happened in Jos.
And now you go to Jos. You say you have 10 minutes to spend here.
But I think the president had been there.
After people have in the airport, so there was no light.
He was there.
Who is responsible for the light? So all the body language.
He was there.
But it was the thing there is this.
I
don't want us to look as if we are blaming. We're trying to make.
I'm not blaming. No, this is no. When we are looking at the indices and all indication, we have to put everything together. When you are saying that Nigeria should look for to be open, we should be open in him. So for us to put our life in another 4-year risk, at least we need to look at. Somebody said, if you don't have the glimpse of the past, you are bound to repeat the same mistake of the past. So we will, because one of the lessons I've learned in this nation is that when we are trying to hold our government responsible, Nigeria itself does not love themselves. When something happens now, very horrible, just give them 1 week. They will cry, oh, government, God, this, after 1 week. Going back to what you said about the some people celebrating Sasala,
and
you know,
children's, it's bleak. People
it's
are not even
bleak.
really talking about it.
Now, the initial ambition and force we put in last week, is it the same again? So we are forgetful. We are forgetful people.
But don't you think it's more like an abnormal norm that has not become a norm?
It is.
Because it's
It is
a
a-
recurring event over and so
So
when
people are naturally
they are
tired
now
of-
used
Someone
to
like
it,
a
so
father-
that
They are tired of
it
Someone like
happens.
a father to me who has been in America for about 35 years called me on Monday. And he said, how is Nigeria? I said, do you read about the news of because the man is from Oyo? He said, about the teacher. He said, what baffles him most is that the audacity of the government to continue with their primary. I said, well, God bless you, sir. Do you know what I'm saying? This is, and the man said, if this happened in America, the president will have shut down immediately.
A teacher.
So when we see things going on as if everything is normal.
But let's look at the bright side. One of our counterparts, it's not my counterpart, but I know it's this person. He's bringing Iruekun. Said they should give him, because I believe he wants to take from the
Sunday
national cake too. He wants to take from a national cake too. Because,
And he's yet to get a
help-
nod
He has to get a nod.
from
He
the
doesn't want to
federal
follow
government.
because that's to ask the question, where is Amotekun? He has been politicized. If it has not been politicized, Amotekun would have been speaking by now. Since there's no, let Iruekun come and maybe do what Iruekun can do. And we also have the Are Onoka Kanfu, who is now a celebrity.
We are in the same.
What
Who is now a celebrity. Sure, you understand? We are where we see former Jaguns who are coming to become security agents and all that. So with the whole thing happening, I believe the Nigerian public should still expect more drama.
Our father's adage said, in the days of elephant death, you will see different knives. Lọ́jọ́ ikú erin, oríṣiríṣi ọ̀bẹ là ń rí. So the reason why you are seeing all these Iruekun, all this whatever, is because of the deficiencies and lack of effectiveness in this government. In the olden days, when anything happened like this, the Are Onoka Kanfu, which is supposed to be warlord, will have combed the bush without waiting for any order. Now, talking about Sunday Igboho coming, using Iruekun to have his own national cake. He has already have a national cake. There is what Supreme Court declared then that they should give him some money for the demolition and of his house, this and that. So, and for the Mr. President to have even given him presidential pardon. So, certain things, certain thing has been done there. Before, he has been called during the tenure of Buhari when he started Yoruba Nation. Then he's been called that they want to pay him then, and if you remember, he turned it down. He said he doesn't want to work. In fact, the current president spoke with him to work for APC. He said no.
Yeah.
But the current Olubadan happened to be his mentor. Okay. He was the one who speak to his brain, and now he has joined them. But if the government...
So the influence of
Ladoja, yes,
on him.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why you see people are talking about Yoruba Nation that is a dead project, which is true.
Dead on arrival.
Because he was the one pushing for it before. And now that he has been bought over, you can't have your tribal man as a president and you are still declaring for another. They will ask you, what do you want? What do you want again? So I think they are playing on the deficiencies of this government. If this government and the security architecture of Nigeria is firm, is effective, you won't be hearing all this Iruekun, whatever. What do we need it for?
All right, now let's bring it back to the conversation, which is because the primary focus is on Jonathan.
Jonathan, yes.
Who, of course, like I said, the way has not been paved for him. But now let's talk about the people. Jonathan has been away, he has not been active, even though we know consciously he's been abreast of what is happening in Nigeria. The people now, do you think they can trust him? Because if you notice, right now he's been doing more of a diplomatic mission.
Mission of talking and yes.
But do you see the people rallying behind him? You talked about it, that so many people, we don't know the people. I don't know if they are from the north, from the south, or it's a combination of North or Nigerians that did what? That went to his home to call his attention for him to do what? To run for presidency. But now the people itself, quite some time, people have lost hope, as you said, in governance. We did not say they now see a light at the end of the tunnel in Jonathan. Do you see people supporting him and saying, yes, we want to do what? We want to rally behind it? Because whether I like it or not, a lot of people are dead politically. They are not even aware of what is. They only heard, once they are done with the news, they move on with their daily lives.
This question has 1 million response. Now, let's start with this. Now, I believe, as I've said before, that Mr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan will have learned from his former mistakes. Now, his deficiencies pave way for APC, which has, without playing any partisans, politics or whatever, before Nigeria will recover from the destruction and deficiencies that this ruling party brought on this nation, it will be more than a decade. I'm saying this. Now, if Goodluck government has been firm, has been up and doing, there won't be room for APC. APC supposed to be or pretend to be the hope Nigeria has been looking for.
And that was the mantra they came up with.
Now, we've tested APC now. We've seen that APC is even more worse.
After they tested the umbrella.
I don't know if you see this news. A few months ago, the Northern said that they need to tender apology to Mr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. I don't know.
Yes, I saw it. At
Now, going by that statement alone, you will know where they belong to. Now, all the GOs, all the men of God, I saw one video that surfaced, I think around 2012, when Pastor Tunde Bakari was laying curse on Goodluck Jonathan, that if you sleep in the night, he will not be able to sleep. Now, every one of them are muted now. We see Yemi Osinbajo during the time, I think 2010, when they want to declare subsidy, then that Yemi Osinbajo said no, that it should not happen, and the other big people now they are all muted. So now, except if you are living in Mars or you are living in Venus, you are not tamed with reality in Nigeria now. That you need anyone to tell you that this one does not have hope again. So now Nigeria now are saying that even the Goodluck, they are blaming them, is 100% better than what we have now. Now, if the same man come out now, I don't know, except if it is by jazz or by sham, that you can brainwash people to continue, because what is happening in Nigeria now is not one-sided though. Even the rich people are touched. They have body heat. People are using three cars. Cannot even buy fuel into one car. Tell me how to continue.
But Dr. Sam, please, I need you to hold our thoughts so that we can entertain our viewers. If it's just we can get one or two.
Okay, now our viewers, it's early starters, and we are with Dr. Sam. He's not new here. He speaks thunder and fire. I want you to know that he's liable to what he's saying. There was no dress rehearsal, no testing of microphone. He is saying it like he wants to say it. Now, the number you used to call us is not other than 0700, I repeat, 0700 070 0095. I repeat again, 0700 070 0095. It's a special line for this show and for this station. So, Doctor, I know one beautiful thing about you is this. Nobody tailored you to talk.
Nobody.
So I let them know.
I didn't even prepare for this.
Yes, he's wearing glasses. My own has. So when you're talking about somebody you want to nab him. If you're giving him money, I'm his PA. No, that's how Nigeria belly structure politics. It has been like that ever since. And Tinubu is busy making everybody starve before he feeds them. That's what we read in Business Day today. That's what they said. They said he's trying to starve everybody, then that's the meaning of belly structure politics. So, and I see that's why everybody is running around this bandwagon. He has borrowed another money. But I don't want to blame him before he comes in. I don't want to blame him totally. There was something I blamed Bola Onanuga for. You understand? I also blame Bayo Onanuga. I also blame the other people, all the people around him, Bajami Amila and the rest. They are not giving him good advice. Let me use the word quantum. They are not giving him quantum advice. But one thing you should know about the presidency is this. You being a president does not mean you know everything. It just means you have strong allies. And also you have strong advisors. So he is not a security know-how. Neither does he know how to handle matters. He's the only person ruling that does not maintain his assistants over the years. Even when he was in Lagos.
We have to wrap up because of our time, but I need you in 30 seconds. 30 seconds, please. What is the way forward? What is your message if you see Jonathan today?
If I see Jonathan today, I will tell him that his vision should be clearer than his doubt.
His vision should be clearer than his
doubt.
Clear than doubt.
It should be courageous.
In the midst of the turbulent.
He must be courageous.
He should not be terrified of the ruling
party. Whatever he's saying, I am now, he should be.
So the people are standing behind you?
Yes.
Okay. All right. On that note, we wrap up early start of this Wednesday morning, 27th of May 2026. Thank you so much for joining us. God willing, we'll be back again tomorrow. Baraka Desala, once again to our Muslim brothers and sisters, and happy Children's Day. Thank you once again.
Thank you.
Dr. Sam Adebayo.
Good to have you.
Okay. Also, you'll be seeing in sports, joining sports in a jiffy. I'm Michael Armstrong, as you know. And our lady here don't like introducing me. I don't know.
I didn't
Stay tuned until we'll come your way tomorrow. Bye for now.
You watch, the more you love. Unlimited entertainment. Only on Opportune TV. Your TV, ask for more.
àwa làgbà adìyẹ fún.